Hello, Custom Creator here. Today we're going to do something a little different. My partner in crime, OGL, he's more of a skeptic, and life is what it is. Luck, it's all down to luck, and who gets this. He's becoming more open-minded to thought that's in different, ways. Or me, I'm more of I've explored some. As tool fans, you learn to. So anyway, we're going to react to this, and we're going to be Scully and Mulder, per se. So, Halloween, I guess. Be a 4-part thing. I'm doing it. Thanks for being here.
The film you're about to see has no characters, no people. It is a film to describe to you and explain visually the effect of cymatic frequencies on texture, structure, water, oil. If you spare a little of your imagination as you watch this film as it runs, you will see many things that answer many questions. You will see living forms, living amoeba, almost animal-like creatures. You will see continents being formed, the Earth itself coming into existence. You can see all this and watch it before your eyes. Everything owes its existence solely and completely to sound. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. We are told that this is how the worlds began and how creation took shape. If we put that into the modern idiom and say that into the great voids of space came a sound and matter took shape, please watch carefully.
Dr. Peter Guy Manners laid the foundation. Now we delve even deeper. The question is, are you ready to uncover the truths that have been meticulously concealed for centuries? Frequency and vibration, concepts long studied with their sheer power of classified documents. The CIA, amongst other agencies, has detailed the immense capabilities of these forces. Their potential to induce earthquakes isn't merely a conspiracy theory. It's a documented reality. Numerous patents reveal the potential to influence weather patterns, hinting at the capacity to create rain and even hurricanes. The military's clandestine involvement in this domain suggests the gravity of its implications. The secrecy, the layers of obfuscation, all point to something profound. Consider this. The Wi-Fi signals permeating our environment are invisible forces we've come to rely upon. It's there, always present, allowing us to connect, communicate, and navigate our digital world. Similarly, the television, a staple of modern living, functions through electronic beams scanning rapidly back and forth, translating signals into images and sounds. This is the palpable power of frequency, present in our everyday lives, often taken for granted. Yet, in an era of incessant notifications and relentless distractions, our attention spans wane. We stand at the brink of revelations about sonic sorcery, yet risk being pulled away by a mere ping on our devices. The Illuminati, that shadowy ensemble, is believed to possess arcane knowledge of these frequencies, using them as instruments of control, influence, and dominion. There's a silent battle, an ongoing hunt for specific powerful frequencies that can reshape the very fabric of society and reality. If we falter, if our attention wavers, we may lose more than just a piece of information. We might lose an entire battle in a war we didn't even know we were a part of. It's a battle for knowledge, for power, and for the future of our world. So, I urge you, as we venture deeper into this world of hidden harmonies and clandestine chords, to remain vigilant. Understand the urgency. These aren't mere sounds or vibrations. These are the threads weaving the tapestry of our reality. Guard your focus, for in it lies the key to unlocking secrets that could define the course of our future. As we pull back the layers of secrecy, deception, and sonic sorcery, brace yourselves for truths that might just redefine everything you thought you knew.
So I've seen a million of these, like I said, and none of them really tripped my trigger. Even up to this point, I was like, okay, buddy, you show me what you want to show me. And heard Canvas of Life there. I heard several uh, song titles that we all like. I know, OGO, you're not really as into this sort of thing, but it's kind of why I wanted to react to this with you. So you have a Scolder and a Molly, if you will, or, you know, yeah, I like the record.
Mulder and Scully.
Yeah,
I see a Scolder and a Mully.
yeah, I might have, man. I might have. Yeah, Scolder and a Molly, man. That's what we are. Now, so I get too into this sometimes, and he doesn't get enough into it. So I think we'll be a balanced.
We're perfect, but yeah, we'll balance each other out.
So this was just intros. I think there's 5 parts to it or something. We'll go to the end of part 1 here, and we'll cut.
But what he's talking about as far as the effects that sound can have on things, that is straight up fact there. It's even as it's being used therapeutically, like people with dementia, like the brain tissue will actually begin to repair itself if you play them like a song that they had an emotional connection to. There's all kinds of stuff that, and again, it's the use of sound to affect the physical world, like again, the weather or the ground. There's nothing sensationalistic or BS about that at all. That is those are facts.
This is something I just thought of. What about if you see a scene of a POV scene of a person walking through the woods, and then with no sound or no sound other than the woods make when you're walking, and then you put an ominous dark song or something in the background. I mean, think of Jaws. Would it be anything without that?
Well, it's fascinating that you brought that up because my dad said almost the exact same thing. We were watching a show called Werewolf, and there's a bit where a guy gets essentially he's fighting with someone. He gets knocked over a couch. He begins his transformation. He becomes a werewolf and he mauls the dude. And my dad was like, "See, that's the importance of music." I'm like, "What do you mean?" It's like, think about it. The guy gets knocked over a couch and comes up a werewolf. That's funny if they're not playing that really dramatic music.
Yeah.
And I thought, and I'm like, yeah, you're not wrong. Or if you think of Lord of the Rings, when like the ring wraiths come out, and it's ominous, big, bombastic, dark choral music. I remember turning to my mom. I'm like, okay, now imagine the same entrance, but they're playing dueling banjos. It's complete. Yeah, like the ways, like I mentioned, talking about how sound affects, like physical things like rock. There's no question how it affects us emotionally.
I
Like you
mean,
said,
like,
even something as simple as the 2-note motif of Jaws. Dun-dun, you hear that and almost immediately sets you on edge.
yeah, it's like what are the iconic, at Rocky don't get tough till that music starts playing, and you don't get in the mood for football until Hank Jr. sings Monday night. I mean, you don't. Yeah, so I mean, it has a lot to do with your mood, and just that's in its very present level where you see it going on, it's there, so it's still working on your psyche. So. Yeah.
The quantum realm has often been likened to a vast, unfathomable ocean where the waves and particles dance in a choreography so intricate it defies classical understanding. But what if the choreography itself was not just a dance of probability, but was set to a precise vibrational score? To grasp this, consider the phenomenon of quantum entanglement. 2 particles become interconnected in such a way that the state of one instantaneously affects the state of the other, no matter the distance between them. Preliminary studies from undisclosed research centers have found peculiar oscillations in entangled particles, hinting at a possible frequency that underpins this connection. Whispered figures suggest these oscillations may resonate at around 2.3 terahertz. Curiously, this frequency finds echoes in ancient Vedic speak of Akasha, or the ethereal fabric connecting all existence. Then, there's no matter the distance between them. Studies from undisclosed research centers have found peculiar oscillations in entangled particles, hinting at a possible frequency that underpins this connection. Whispered figures suggest these oscillations may resonate at around 2.3 terahertz. Curiously, this frequency finds echoes in ancient Vedic texts that speak of Akasha, or the ethereal fabric connecting all existence. Then, there's superposition, where quantum particles exist in all possible states simultaneously until observed. But could these states be influenced by external frequencies? Recent experiments in shielded underground labs, away from the public eye, have found that specific resonances around 260 gigahertz can momentarily stabilize the superposition of certain particles, making them momentarily observable without collapsing. There's an obscure allegory in Sufi traditions that discusses a divine sound stabilizing the essence of being. Could this be an early allusion to the principles of superposition? Beyond these phenomena, there's the mystery of quantum tunneling, where particles seem to teleport through barriers. Recent classified reports suggest that when barriers are exposed to a frequency near 5.8 terahertz, the likelihood of tunneling increases exponentially. Dive into ancient Tibetan scripts, and one might encounter references to sound-enhanced practices allowing monks to pass through solid matter, an exaggeration or an early grasp of quantum principles. The concept of quantum harmonics is emerging from the depths of hidden research. Drawing from guarded manuscripts, it appears that the Chinese I Ching's hexagrams might be symbolic representations of particular quantum states, each resonating at specific frequencies ranging from 400 gigahertz and 3 terahertz. In exploring these vibrational codes, one can't help but sense we're on the precipice of a deeper understanding of the universe. How might our worldview shift if we accept that every quantum interaction is part of an orchestrated symphony? And what if, by tuning into these frequencies, we can glimpse the concealed melodies that have, for eons, directed the dance of existence?
Alright, so let's see what the next one will be called. Yeah, the next one will be DNA, sound, and genetic activation. So,
right off the bat, I just want to say that the Quantum Symphony is very nearly the title of an Epica album, and also a previous statement they said he talked about clandestine chords and hidden harmonies. Also, sounds like it would be a metal album of some sort. So,
well, I thought maybe after we do the last one, we could have a segment on, and we could research it in between all these episodes. Well, I'll say solid. There's 4 more. We'll make this 4 episodes in all, and
okay.
we will do a bit on how many rock and roll bands we can think of that have reference to these things. And yeah, I knew Epica had a lot, so I knew this would you'd enjoy that. So I know sound can make geometric figures with salt on a plate or sand on a plate. It's certain. I know that they changed the radio way back in the day from 460 hertz, I think. I'd have to look that up to like one that isn't right. Symphony people that were in operas before there was radio, before there was electricity, were bitching, going, "Hey, this is not right. That's we can't tune our instruments to that," and they had to completely relearn. And this has all been to subdue your mind, or per se. So we'll go on this trip with you, and we'll just want to get it started with this, and tune in for part 2. And
even I wish they would have shown specific quotes from the scriptures that they were talking about that referenced the the sounds and the concepts that they were talking about. Um, I feel like sometimes the language in this, like obviously, like a lot of what they're discussing is 100% like legitimate, but I feel like sometimes the way it's written and the way it's phrased, it sounds how can I put this? Intentionally and unnecessarily obtuse.
Right.
It's like from hidden underground laboratories. Why do we need to know that they're hidden underground? It's from laboratories.
Well,
They've done
you can't
studies that
substantiate like you're talking about with these underground organizations. That's why it's called that.
that's fair
You
enough.
can't just say,
But like
well, they said it comes from what? How else can they describe it? Uh,
I yeah, yeah. As I was looking at it from, I guess in my case, I was being a bit too overtly cynical there. But
no,
like
you're
even if you
just
think about
you haven't watched a million of these like I have. So everything they just
right,
talked about there's a million documentaries on everything there. So none of that was really.
the but like what I was thinking about, is like even when you think about the Bible, how it talks about how is each step of the end, or the rapture, Armageddon, whatever, how is each of it perceived by the blowing of a trumpet, by a frequency, by a sound. So yeah, those concepts are present all throughout the ancient literature, whether we were initially thinking about it that way or not. So yeah, like I said, the things that are being discussed here, 100% accurate, and definitely seems like previous civilizations knew about it.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit past this into part two, so that's why I don't want to really say too much till then. Then I
Yeah,
can react,
yeah,
All
but
right.
yeah, what they put out there. It's definitely fascinating. I'm definitely interested in seeing where it goes.
All right, guys. Mental health is real. We advocate it here and give examples of it with our actions. So be a part of the start. And if you're new to the channel, we have a few other um, sort of non-musical documentary type breakdowns or analyses. And if you would like to see us do something you're interested in, then just let us know in the comments. What's up?
We're always down for doing requests.
Always. And we answer every comment, every reply. Maybe not every reply, but we answer every comment. Um, I don't check
Good.
replies once it gets so long. But, all right.
Yeah.
What's up with you all? OGL, OGT. Howdy.